making headlines. The president extends his congratulations to Paetongtarn on her appointment as the youngest Prime Minister of Thailand. The Higher Education Minister reaffirms the government's commitment to enhancing the education system through digital innovation. And the Homeland Security Ministry extends the deadline for businesses and individuals to pay outstanding fees for expatriate workers.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome to PSM News in English with me, Mariam Shawshat. President Dr. Muhammad Mua extends his congratulations to Paetongtarn Shinawatra on her appointment as the youngest Prime Minister of Thailand.
In a message shared on social media, President Mua remarked that Thailand is poised to enter a new era of prosperity under Paetongtarn's capable leadership. He also expressed optimism about working together to further strengthen the close ties of friendship and mutual cooperation between the Maldives and Thailand. Paetongtarn Shinawatra became Thailand's youngest Prime Minister just days after her ally, Srettha Thavisin, was dismissed as Premier by the Constitutional Court. She was officially endorsed as Prime Minister by Thailand's King on Sunday, 2 days after Parliament elected her, paving the way for her to form a cabinet in the coming weeks. The King's approval, a formality, was read out by House of Representatives Secretary Apat Suhanant during a ceremony in Bangkok. The daughter of former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra won nearly two-thirds of the House vote on August 16, making her Thailand's second female Prime Minister and the third Shinawatra to hold the office, following her father Thaksin and her aunt Yingluck Shinawatra. In her first press conference as Thailand's 31st Prime Minister, Paetongtarn pledged to continue the policies of her predecessor and ally Srettha Thavisin. These include significant economic stimulus and reform, tackling illegal drugs, improving the country's universal healthcare system, and promoting gender diversity. Paetongtarn indicated that details of her government's policies will be presented to Parliament next month.
Minister of Higher Education, Labour and Skills Development Dr. Mua reaffirms the government's commitment to enhancing the educational system through digital innovation.
Speaking at the inaugural ceremony of the Global Smart Education Conference GSEC 2024 in China, Minister Dr. Mua emphasized the government's focus on leveraging technology to improve educational systems across all islands in the Maldives. She acknowledged the challenges posed by the geographical distribution of the islands and atolls in ensuring inclusive and equal educational opportunities. However, she expressed the government's determination to overcome these obstacles and provide equitable access to the benefits of digital advancements in education. In her address, Minister Dr. Mua highlighted the critical importance of artificial intelligence, AI literacy, within the education system. She stressed the need to develop ethical policies and exercise caution in the use of AI, underscoring the importance of equipping both students and teachers with a deep understanding of AI. The minister also advocated for the inclusion of AI education in the national curriculum to prepare the younger generation for the future. Minister Dr. Mua is currently on an official visit to China at the invitation of Beijing Normal University. During her visit, she will serve as a panelist in the Round Table on Women's Leadership in the Age of AI and participate in the development and use of digital textbook forum organized by Beijing Normal University.
Ministry of Homeland Security and Technology extends the deadline for businesses and individuals to pay outstanding fees for expatriate workers. On July 24th, the ministry released a list of expatriates whose fees had not been paid and set an initial deadline of August 12th for the collection of fines from those owing more than $6,500 in fees and penalties. By the end of the deadline, $12 million had been recovered, but the government is still owed $29 million. The list identified 1,026 entities, including businesses and individuals across various sectors, with outstanding fees and fines exceeding $6,500. Notably, 123 companies owe more than $1 million each, with some debts exceeding $1.7 million. The ministry has now extended the deadline to August 31st, urging all entities to settle their fees and penalties by this date. The ministry has warned that failure to comply will result in the cancellation and suspension of services provided through the expat system. In a broader effort to regularize illegal immigrants, the government is developing a comprehensive solution. This includes ranking agencies that bring in expatriates to ensure a more systematic approach. Additionally, the government is working to centralize information on all foreigners in the Maldives into a unified database with the aim of resolving related issues within the next 3 years. Minister of Tourism Ibrahim Faisal emphasizes the necessity of direct international flights to Addu city to operationalize the Shangri-La Resort and Spa, the largest resort in the area. The minister made this statement during the opening ceremony of the Destination Addu Summit.
In his remarks, Minister Faisal highlighted the special efforts required to develop tourism in Addu city. He pointed out that reopening the Shangri-La Resort and Spa is a key presidential pledge of President Dr. Muhammad Mua and noted that work is actively underway to fulfill this commitment. Furthermore, the minister stressed that direct international flights to Addu city are crucial for the city to fully benefit from the reopening of Shangri-La Resort and Spa. He mentioned that discussions are ongoing with international airlines to establish these direct connections to the southernmost city in the Maldives. Known for its luxurious standards, Shangri-La Resort offers 284 beds, including 60 water villas, 26 beach villas, 28 pool villas, 16 tree houses, and 2 presidential villas spread across 550,000 square meters. The resort originally began operations with a 30% government stake and 70% ownership by Addu Investment Private Limited, a joint venture established to manage the property alongside the government. However, following its closure due to the global COVID-19 pandemic, the government relinquished its shares in August 2023. The closure resulted in significant job losses for many residents of Addu, who are eagerly awaiting the resort's reopening.
Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation unveils plans to establish designated parking zones exclusively for taxis in Male City and Hurumale. The initiative aims to alleviate the ongoing parking challenges in the Greater Male region, the most densely populated and congested area in the Maldives.
Speaking to media outlets, Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation Muhammad Amin announced that efforts are already underway to allocate specific parking areas for taxis in both Male and Hurumale. He stated that the identification process for these zones will commence within the next 2 weeks. A plot of land has already been earmarked in Hurumale and similar arrangements are being made in Male. Minister Amin emphasized that only vehicles displaying taxi boards will be permitted to park in these designated zones. He also mentioned that a separate regulation governing the use of these zones is currently being developed and will be made public. Additionally, he noted that other available land plots in Male and Hurumale will be converted into temporary parking spaces. In a broader effort to tackle the parking issues in the region, the government is implementing several measures, including the construction of parking facilities, the designation of parking zones, and the enforcement of regulations against unauthorized vehicles. Restrictions on vehicle imports are also being considered as part of these efforts. To further ease the parking crisis, the government has decided to tow vehicles parked illegally in specific areas such as schools, mosques, and public spaces.
Managing Director of Fenoka Corporation Limited, Muhammad Rashid, assures the company will continue to provide ice to fishermen until the handover of its ice plants to Maldives Industrial Fisheries Company, MIFCO, is completed. Managing Director Muaz made this assurance during a meeting with Minister of Fisheries and Ocean Resources Ahmad Shiam, where they discussed arrangements for the transfer of the ice plants to MIFCO. He assured that fishermen will not experience any difficulties during this transition period. FENACA announced its decision to cease the operation of ice plants in August, citing misalignment with the company's service objectives and significant financial burdens. The company reported losses exceeding $780,000 monthly to maintain the service. As part of its strategy to become more profitable, FENACA has decided to discontinue ice plant operations on 25 islands, many of which were inadequately serviced. The company is working to reduce expenses, including not renewing contracts for employees on stalled projects, cutting logistics costs and slowing down CSR expenditures as it focuses on reducing its debt. Chief Executive of the National Disaster Management Authority NDMA, Hisan Hassan, emphasizes the importance of the government better understanding and utilizing the insurance system to alleviate the financial burden of disaster recovery on the state. In an interview with PSMNEWS, Hisan highlighted the significant progress made in collaboration with companies to establish a tailored insurance system for various natural disasters. He noted that government spending on recovery efforts, particularly for damages caused by heavy rains, fires and other natural disasters, has been rising annually. To address this issue, the government has initiated reforms in its financial assistance system to manage these escalating costs more effectively. Hisan also discussed the development of specialized insurance packages by the NDMA designed to cover different types of disaster-related damages. These packages include provisions for rent coverage in cases of fire damage, compensation for damaged furniture and equipment, and tailored packages for warehouses and various businesses. He noted that the government is actively working to raise public awareness about the benefits and availability of these insurance options. In the Maldives, a wide range of insurance services are already available, particularly in the tourism and housing sectors, as well as for businesses across the country. The National Drug Agency NDA announces the government will increase funding for drug addiction treatment, adding an additional $1.9 million to next year's budget. The decision was revealed during a ceremony organized by the Drug Court to recognize and support individuals who have completed their rehabilitation programs.
Speaking at the event, NDA Board Chairperson Lubna Muhammad Zahir Hussain emphasized the importance of societal acceptance and support for those undergoing treatment. She also urged state-owned enterprises, SOEs, to assist rehabilitated individuals in finding employment, highlighting the crucial role of economic stability in their recovery journey. Head Judge of the Drug Court Abdul Sattar Abdul Hamid praised the determination required to overcome drug addiction and called on the public to support these individuals. He pointed out that delays in treatment often occur due to inadequate facilities, stressing the need for prompt action to address this issue. As part of the ceremony, a YouTube channel dedicated to raising public awareness of the Drug Court's work was launched. Awards were presented to employees of the Drug Court for exceptional performance and attendance in 2023. A memorial certificate was also awarded to Ali Adib in recognition of his committed service to the Drug Court and his efforts in the fight against drug abuse. The event was attended by several dignitaries, including the President of the Judicial Service Commission JSC, Hussein Riza Adam, Commissioner of Police Ali Shujao, Chief Judicial Administrator Aishat Irizna, Head Judges of Superior Courts, Acting Chief Executive Officer of the NDA Muhammad Rashid, NDA Board members and Drug Court judges and staff. In 2023, the Drug Court issued orders for 586 individuals to seek treatment for drug addiction. Of these, 419 successfully completed the treatment process, while 173 individuals were dismissed for non-compliance, leading to the implementation of the first sentence against them.
Malay Water and Sewerage Company Private Limited MWSC signs a Memorandum of Understanding with Norway-based Florian Company to conduct a feasibility study for a subsea reverse osmosis or desalination system in the Maldives.
The agreement was signed by Managing Director of MWSC Abdul Mateen Muhammad and Managing Director of Flotion Alexander Flusang. At the signing ceremony, Mateen highlighted the benefits of a subsea desalination system, noting that it would eliminate the need for land and operate more cost-effectively underwater. He emphasized that the study will aim to identify the most cost-efficient and environmentally friendly methods for water production in the Maldives. Mateen also revealed that the proposed site for the system is approximately 1.5 kilometers east of Hurumale at a depth of around 500 meters, where the water has lower salinity. He noted that Flotion, the company selected for the study, has significant expertise in establishing subsea desalination systems. MWSC stated that the feasibility study will encompass technical aspects of installing the desalination system, including underwater research, environmental impact assessments, and financial projections for water production. If successful, the project could significantly enhance water production and storage capacities to meet the increasing demand driven by the population growth.
The Maldives Inland Revenue Authority MIRA files a case with the Prosecutor General's Office against a pharmaceutical business owner accused of international tax fraud.
In a public statement, MIRA announced that it has requested an investigation and prosecution of Hussein Irfan, a well-known pharmaceutical business owner, for allegedly evading taxes. The authority began its investigation after discovering the Irfan's wholesale business, My Chemist Godown, had included false information in its profit tax returns for 2018 and 2019, as well as in his income tax return for the 2020 tax year, all with the intent of avoiding tax payments. The investigations further revealed that My Chemist Godown failed to report its business income for 3 consecutive years in its tax statements. Although the business reported an average annual income of $3.4 million for 2018, 2019 and 2020, no details of this income were included in the tax returns. MIRA's additional audits conducted as part of the investigation assessed that more than $778,788 is owed in taxes. Hussein Irfan has been ordered to pay this amount. According to the Income Tax Act, companies earning more than $155,757 per month are required to pay 15% of their income as tax. Under the Maldives Constitution, knowingly evading tax payment is a criminal offense.
Gold hit a record high as global stock markets gains on reassuring data about the health of the world's biggest economy and likely US interest rate cuts.
Expectations of US interest rate cuts weakened the dollar while oil prices tumbled as weak Chinese demand expectations offset ongoing tensions in the Middle East, according to traders. The gold spot price rose to a record high of $2,509.41 an ounce as investors snapped up the haven investment in the face of an increasingly likely US interest rate cut in September and heightened geopolitical risks. City Index and Forex.com analyst Fawad Razakzada said the sharp drop in bond yields amid expectations of rate cuts by the Fed pushed gold prices higher. All 3 major Wall Street indices shook off an early slump to close higher, ending a positive week. Weak US job data and a Japanese interest rate hike double whammied stock markets at the beginning of the month as investors who had financed investments in red-hot US tech shares by borrowing in weak yen faced the prospect of immense losses as the value of the Japanese unit bounded higher. In Asian trade, in the Nikkei 225 jumped 3.6% as the yen was lower against the dollar early in the day. London bucked the positive trend in Europe as a strengthening pound weighed on multinationals earning in dollars. On the corporate front, shares in German chemicals giant Bayer jumped 11.3% after US court victory in the group's long-running fight against claims that its glyphosate-based weed killers caused cancer.
Director General of International Atomic Energy Agency (IAEA), Rafael Mariano Grossi, raises concerns safety at Ukraine's Zaporizhia nuclear power plant in deteriorating following a drone strike that hit a perimeter access road.
The Russian management of the Zaporizhia nuclear plant said a Ukraine drone dropped an explosive charge on a road used by staff. Russia has been in control of the Zaporizhia site, the largest nuclear power plant in Europe, since soon after it launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. The plant is dormant as Moscow and Kiev have repeatedly accused each other of trying to sabotage its operations and endangering safety around the plant. Grossi said an escalation of the nuclear safety and security dangers facing the power plant is being seen again. Making his concerns, Grossi reiterated his call for maximum restraint from all sides and for strict observance of the 5 concrete principles established for the protection of the plant. The impact site was close to the essential cold and water sprinkler ponds and about 100 meters from the Dniprovska power line, the only remaining 750 kilowatt line providing a power supply to the plant. An IAEA team visited the area on Saturday and reported that the damage seemed to have been caused by a drone equipped with an explosive payload. The report said that there was no casualties and no impact on any nuclear plant equipment. However, there was impact to the road between the 2 main gates of the plant. The attack comes as Ukraine continues an insertion into Russia, claiming to have taken control of 82 settlements over the area of 1,150 square kilometers in the Kursk region since August 6th. Russia's RIA news agency reported that Moscow wants to discuss the attack on the Zaporizhia plant with the IAEA.
Real Madrid manager Carlo Ancelotti discloses that the club is considering allowing players to go on short holidays during the season because of concerns about the congested fixtures schedule.
On the eve of their La Liga season debut at Mallorca, Ancelotti said that the steady increase in regional and international games on the calendar was taking its toll on players. Ancelotti told a news conference that the players need rest and holidays, adding that the club is thinking about giving individuals holidays to the players during the season. He explained that the management is thinking about giving in-season breaks to give a week off for player so he can go and stay with his family. Ancelotti noted that international players need this as they have very little rest due to not getting even a day's holiday in international breaks. After winning the La Liga and Champions League double last season and now bidding for up to 7 titles in the 2024-25 campaign, Ancelotti believes the club needs to make sacrifices to preserve the health and fitness of their players. He said his staff were already looking at the 2025-26 season, with the 2026 World Cup in June and July in Canada, Mexico, in the United States, US, putting extra demands on international players. After winning the Super Cup against Atlanta August 14th, Real Madrid will be competing in La Liga, the Champions League Copa del Rey, and the Spanish Super Cup in Saudi Arabia, plus the FIFA International Cup and the new FIFA Cup World Cup in the United States, US. The packed calendar has been a source of concern and heated debate in world soccer over the last few years. The Professional Footballers Association (PFA) warned world soccer's governing body FIFA in May that they were ready to go on strike over concerns that the playing calendar is overloaded. Ancelotti said French striker Kylian Mbappe is adapting well in the team and being humble as all the team is helping him and other new players to adapt as soon as possible.
A team of UK divers hails the discovery of a wreck of Scotland believed to be a Royal Navy warship sunk during World War I, but still virtually intact.
The team found what it thinks is HMS Hawks, which sank after being hit by a German torpedo in October 1914 in the North Sea. Paul Downs, who was among the divers and filmed footage of the long-lost wreck, described it as a once-in-a-lifetime discovery given its unbelievable condition. He said that the state of preservation is unbelievable for a wreck that's 110 years old and came to a violent end, and added that the ship is still virtually intact. Lost in Waters Deep, a group which searches for WW1 shipwrecks in Scottish waters, spearheaded the years-long efforts to find the warship. The team is now awaiting official confirmation from the Royal Navy after providing it with their findings. Only 70 of HMS Hawks' crew survived while more than 500 died after it was attacked by German U-boat in the early months of WW1. The warship, an Edgar-class cruiser first launched in 1891, was 118 meters long and 60 feet wide. It caught fire, exploded, and then disappeared beneath the murky waters of the North Sea off northeast Scotland in less than 8 minutes. The vessel has rested on the seabed 360 feet down ever since. Downs said that the depth likely played a role in preserving it. Its guns, other armaments, decking, and some interior features like a clock and wall-mounted barometer were all still visible despite more than a century on the seabed. The warship has also been built with absolutely top-quality materials at the height of the British Empire.
Well, that's all we have for you right now. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more news updates. Have a good day. Goodbye.